Can we talk about something? Because TikTok has been showing me the same video over and over. And maybe you've seen it too. A woman sitting in her car, looking stressed, talking directly into the camera. And she says, "My boyfriend is literally amazing. He communicates, he plans dates, he reassures me, he doesn't cheat, he isn't toxic, he isn't playing games." And then she says, "So why am I constantly waiting for him to hurt me?" Oof, girl, let's talk about what's really happening here. Because thousands of women commented it underneath saying, "Same. I thought I was the only one. Girl, why am I like this?" And as a therapist who specializes in attachment and relational trauma, I knew exactly why this video went viral. Because it isn't actually about him. It's about what her nervous system learned before him. So today, we're doing a Therapist Reacts episode. We're going to break down what's happening psychologically, what's happening in the nervous system, why healthy love sometimes feels uncomfortable, and why so many women secretly miss chaos, even when they swear that they don't. So let's get into it. So imagine this clip. She's sitting in her car. She's probably on lunch break, eyes tired, voice shaky, and she says, "My boyfriend has never given me a reason not to trust him. But every time he takes longer to respond, I assume he's losing interest. Every time he's quiet, I assume something is wrong. And every time things are going well, I just keep waiting for the shoe to drop." So let's react. Because the comments immediately went two directions. One side said, "Girl, heal." And the other side said, "No, seriously, why do I do this too?" And that's where the conversation gets interesting. Because why does that happen? What is really happening in those comments or in that situation? And a lot of women think that I have trust issues. Maybe, but often it's deeper than that. It's nervous system conditioning, because trust happens in the brain, but safety happens in the body. And your body doesn't care what your boyfriend says. Your body cares about what it remembers. So let me explain. If you grew up with inconsistency, you learned something. What you learned was that love can disappear, attention can disappear, connection can disappear. And because of that, your nervous system became excellent at scanning for danger. But the problem with that is now it's scanning healthy people too. And when it starts to scan for healthy people, it starts to feel like healthy love can be boring. It starts to feel very bored. So I'm going to pause because I just want to know, can I step on some toes right now? With love, of course. So some women aren't bored. They're dysregulated. And there's a difference, because chaos creates adrenaline. Uncertainty creates adrenaline. Toxic relationships create adrenaline. Waiting for that text creates adrenaline. Being ignored also creates adrenaline. And trying to earn love creates adrenaline. And if you spent years in those environments, your body gets used to operating there. And then suddenly, a healthy man shows up. And he's calm, he's predictable, he's consistent, he's emotionally available. And your nervous system says, something feel off. And it's not because he is unsafe. It's because he's unfamiliar. And unfamiliar can feel threatening, but that's the trap. So I want to provide a little illustration here. So let's make it real. So remember every friend you ever had who said, "I don't know, he's just too nice." Girl, what does that even mean? Too nice? Did he save puppies? Did he volunteer at hospitals? Did he help the old lady across the street? Like, what exactly are we talking about? Because sometimes too nice translates into, I don't know how to relax when nobody is hurting me. And that's painful to admit, but it's honest. So let's talk about why that video went viral. This video wasn't viral because women hate healthy men. It went viral because women finally felt understood, because millions of women have had this experience. You meet someone healthy, you should feel relieved, but instead you feel anxious, you feel confused, you feel suspicious, you feel restless, and then you shame yourself. You think things like, what's wrong with me? Nothing. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it's trained to do. The problem is the training, not you. Now, let's go deeper, because y'all know I love a good attachment read. Attachment wounds are rarely about the present. They're usually about meaning attached to the present. So for an example, healthy partner takes a nap. Attachment wound hears, he's pulling away. Healthy partner needs space. Your attachment wound hears, I'm being abandoned. Your healthy partner forgets to text. Simple mistake. But your attachment wound hears, I'm not important. Same event, different interpretations. Because attachment wounds are meaning-making machines. So now let's talk about these comments, because the comment section was fascinating. One woman wrote, I don't know how to stop waiting for heartbreak. Let's sit here for a minute, because that's not trust issues. That's grief. That's history. That's a nervous system that learned good things don't last. And if you've experienced betrayal, abandonment, inconsistent parenting, painful breakups, you may find yourself constantly preparing for loss. Not because you're negative, but because preparation once felt protective. So let's talk about that protector part, because everyone has one. The protector says, don't get too excited, don't trust too much, don't need too much, don't hope too much, because if we don't hope, we don't get hurt, right? Wrong. The protector prevents disappointment, but it also prevents connection. Let that sink in. The protector prevents disappointment, but it also prevents connection. So when we're talking about healing, what does healing actually look like? Healing is not about becoming fearless. Healing is learning to tolerate safety. I'm going to say that again. Healing is learning to tolerate safety. Because safety sounds wonderful until you actually are experiencing it. Then suddenly you're feeling exposed, you're feeling raw, you're feeling vulnerable, but you're also feeling seen. And that feels uncomfortable. And then intimacy becomes scarier than distance. And the real question isn't, can I trust him? The real question is, can I stay present when things are going well? Because for many people, the hardest part isn't surviving heartbreaks. The hardest part is believing that they deserve healthy love to begin with. So friend, if you have ever found yourself waiting for someone to hurt you, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for things to go wrong, I want you to hear me on this episode. Your anxiety isn't proof something is wrong. Sometimes it's proof that something is different, and different doesn't always mean dangerous. Sometimes different means healing. Sometimes different means healthy. Sometimes healing means that the nervous system is finally getting the chance to learn a new story. And maybe, just maybe, love isn't supposed to feel like a roller coaster. Maybe it's supposed to feel like peace. And if peace feels uncomfortable right now, that doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means that you're learning. I'll see you next week, friend.